Okay, moving onward. Let's check this out. Yes, he's now got an idea on how to cross that river. The sword's not gonna keep its edge for combat. You try and cut a tree down with it. But remember that axe in the shed there. Gonna go back for that. But first, let's get some experience. For this, we can use swords, and spears and bows. Which brings up an interesting point, that Dart and Lavitz use a sword and a spear, and their armor is colored in red and green. This is very similar to the Fire Emblem games, which have a staple where they have a red and a green knight. In their case, it's usually mounted, but it's also red and green knight, and they usually show up as a pair, and the weapons, which can be used by the mounted green and red knights, are the sword and the spear. So Dart and Lavitz actually fit into that archetype from the Fire Emblem games. Yeah, now we can see the comparison between what he says before he knows about the tree and after he knows about the tree for that axe. You'd have to go to the last video for the before, but it can be done. Well, it was right on the edge of the cliff, and ready to fall towards the cliff, and Buffets and Shanna disappear, appearing to walk into Dart, though you know where they're actually going. Hammer space! The ever-popular hammer space. Just like where everything in my inventory goes. Everyone in my party and everything in my inventory. It all goes to hammer space. Apparently Dart has the most hammer space, which is why he's the main character. Because I am talking about hammer space like it's an actual stat. The characters. And hey, why shouldn't it be? That'd be funny to come across a game and see hammer space listed as a stat. And just looks a lot like the dragon we saw earlier. Well, that's just because that green tusked dragon there was kind of insect-like. Yeah, it's an insect-like dragon. But it's not an insect, it's a dragon. It's just a dragon with an insectoid form. It's an insectoid dragon. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, look! I think that's that tree we just cut down. Of course it was, because it only shows up right after we cut down that tree. Cut down the tree, go back to the river, and the tree we cut down is falling. Oh yeah, this is a good time to check the additions. Oh, look at that. He's maxed his double slash, so we can shift it to volcano. Start working on his volcano edition now. After we talk to some civilians. Yeah, we should be allies. Oh wait, you're from Sandora. That's why you don't think they should be allies. Wife is worried about getting arrested. They're fugitives. They're not soldiers. Fugitives from Sandora. Sandoran city of Kansas. Or something. Anyway, this is their capital city. We'll get to go there later in the game, actually. Bale is the capital of Basil. A country named after a herb. Just sounds wrong. My name is Lavitz, and I'm a knight in the service of King Elbert. Seems so proud. He's a little dense, but he sure is proud of what he does as a knight. Your actions are stuff that you can be proud of. You're probably doing something right. Unless the things you take pride in are not exactly things you should be taking pride in. I forgot about switching the edition. I was still hung up on the double slash timers. Yeah, Lavitz needed that hill. Even when he's defending, the blood-sucking does the same damage. They're little birds with long noses and bat wings. Truly a weird creature. Well, that takes care of that fight and nets some experience. Limestone Cave now. Which is basically a giant underground path. We're going in an underground passageway. Which is part of the reason why this video is named the way it is. Some people probably saw the name and went, wait, what? Why is it named that? And that's kind of what the name was meant to do. Because under land and over water can kind of make sense. But what it normally does is travel over land or underwater. Traveling underwater is maybe more of a modern thing, but overland underwater is more commonly seen than overwater, though we do quite a bit of traveling over water in this video, like the river we crossed with the tree there. Now we're also traveling underground, and there's some more water crossed down here after we take care of this fight. That water will actually be crossing underground. So we're both underground, or underland, and traveling over water. Traveling over water, underground.
Yes! Go! Volcano!
This water here, traveling over it, some people may argue that I'm actually traveling in it, but same difference. It's basically a kind of water slide with a few different turns. Only two routes lead to boxes, and that one contains a new sword, the Bastard Sword, which the guards in Helena called you a bastard a lot, but you didn't even have the Bastard Sword yet. Not even your sword was a bastard. It is now, but that's just the sword, not you. Yeah, these things can be dangerous, because they have the ability to poison you. That's Volcano done right. Yeah, that attack there, it has a chance of poisoning. Like it just did there. See, it's nasty. Now she has to guard, and guarding, it doesn't even heal her now, it just undoes the damage she receives from the poison. Basically, she's healing just to keep her health at the same spot. Now I'm crossing more water with stepping stones, but see, all in a line. They're not in hammer space this time. See, they don't follow me to collect those items. They only follow me when I'm going on the route to further into the cave. The Lavitz has some trouble. Maybe some after effects of the leg wound, or maybe Lavitz is just clumsy, like Jar Jar Binks. He was actually banished for being so clumsy. I actually am one of those people who liked those prequel trilogy. And this is about as much as I can fit into this video. So I'll stop right about here and see you next time.